Since 2006, when the NEGP was introduced, the government has learnt a lot from the success and failures of various initiatives. Full stop. Based on these learnings and dialogue with several experts, the Department of Information Technology has drawn up a strategic plan for the next 5 years. Full stop. The plan discusses the aspirations in each of the core areas over the next 5 years. Full stop. These core areas include setting up of additional SWANs, SDCs, and CSCs, appraisal of MMPs, implementation of the various capacity building schemes, strengthening of SEMTs, providing high-speed and secured e-governance network, and the design, development and implementation of e-governance applications. Full stop. The plan also lays down the goals for the DIT to define outcome-based targets, identify a mechanism to encourage participation of Indian IT industry, define security-related parameters and the number of citizen touchpoints, and explore the use of advanced technologies, full stop. This is a step in the right direction, as such a plan will not only help the government measure the effectiveness of its e-governance initiatives, but also take corrective actions, full stop. To promote better governance and provide greater impetus to timely delivery of services to the citizens, the government has introduced 2 bills in the recently concluded winter session of the Parliament. Full stop. The first bill, the right of citizens for time-bound delivery of goods and services and redressal of their grievances bill, aims to provide the public with the right to get delivery of services within a stipulated time frame and also attempts to set up a grievance redressal mechanism, including tackling graft in lower ranks of administration. Full stop. The bill requires government departments to acknowledge complaints of non-delivery within 2 days of receipt and action these within 30 days. Full stop. The second bill, the Electronic Delivery of Services Bill, has been introduced to enable electronic delivery of government services across all states, full stop. Under the proposed bill, the central government, the state government, and public authorities shall be mandated to deliver all public services by electronic mode within 5 years of the commencement of the Act, full stop. The proposed bill requires each authority to publish the list of all public services to be delivered by it through the electronic mode, full stop. A periodic review at the beginning of each year is also mandated, where each authority shall review and notify a list of services that shall be made available through electronic mode and the manner and quality of delivery of such services. The government's commitment to e-service delivery is also evident by the scope of investments it plans to make for e-enablement. Full stop. Under the NEGP, the government has already pumped in more than rupees 10,000 crores to make public services online and for development of infrastructure. Full stop. The figures are expected to reach rupees 40,000 crores by 2014. Full stop. This will involve increasing the count of service offerings from 600 to 1100 and increasing the count of CSC from 97,439 to 250,000 to ensure presence in each Gram Panchayat. Full stop. The government also has plans to roll out certain services such as land records and employment exchange in 2012, followed by treasury and commercial tax services in 2013. E-service delivery is an effective and efficient tool available to the government for development of the society, and the initiatives highlighted above signify the government's commitment to such a delivery mechanism. Full stop. Multiple challenges remain for successful implementation of different projects, but once these are addressed, the government will be able to realize its vision of providing services to each and every citizen of the country. Some of the imperatives outlined above can not only help increase the reach and access, but also encourage citizen participation and aid in building efficiencies which are crucial for the success of any e-governance project. Full stop. In addition to these, the government will also need to develop a comprehensive assessment framework, as it will be crucial to measure the success of any e-governance initiative at the grassroots level. Full stop. Care will need to be taken to draft an e-governance assessment plan that aims to measure the outcomes against the stated objectives, identify delays, and recommend solutions. Full stop. All these measures, if addressed effectively, can help the government realize its objective of bringing public services closer to the citizens. The government may involve NGOs and self-help groups to create awareness and promote e-governance initiatives, especially in rural areas. Full stop. The diversity of languages and differences in skill set requires the development of localized solutions to impart training. Full stop. NGOs, through their extensive reach, can make effective use of local languages and reach out to public living in remote areas. Full stop. NGOs and self-help groups tend to employ locals who have the ability to effectively communicate with people of a particular region. Full stop. Corporates can also be roped in to increase citizen awareness. Full stop. Thus, awareness of rights, government services, and welfare schemes is central to democratization of information. Full stop. The electronic delivery of services provides information to users so that they are aware of the services and benefit from it by using multiple communication channels. Full stop. Some of the electronic channels being used today include web portals, emails, SMS, kiosks that ensure that information flows to people wherever they are. Full stop. Service centers manned by skilled people are also a key channel for distribution of information. Full stop. Other channels of information dissemination include print media, television, radio, and public office premises. Full stop. In this context, civil society organizations and media have a key role to play. Full stop.